been trying to instill in them in her, the the appreciation for small things, because like the epic things, like the journey shall go on. That's kind of like icing on the cake. But if you can, that's something I didn't do. Is just if you can appreciate the sun on your skin, or a nice loaf of bread, or a
Yeah.
tomato.
Hmm.
It sounds silly, but if you can teach that appreciation, then the epic stuff will take care of itself, kind of thing. But if you're just chasing incredible things with them constantly, then they might just be unhappy, right? So teaching them appreciation, that's the definition of happiness, right? Is being present in every
Hmm.
single thing you do, even the dishes, which every day I have to remind myself, hey, you're trying to race through a stupid task. Like, no. I should appreciate that.
That's
But it's
beautiful.
tricky.
It
Yeah, it's
it's
tricky
a lifelong practice. But dude, I love that so much. And
every day.
yes, it's like I said, it's something I really try to apply to my own life. But I think especially for someone like yourself, I think it's really important for others to hear that because, so much of your um so much of the existence that people view of you is the epic adventure, and those are, like you
Mm.
said, that's icing on the cake. But I think sometimes people perceive that as that if I can reach the epic adventure that Alex does, I too could find some happiness. And so I love that you kind
Mm.
of state that, like, no, find the happiness first in the everyday and then do the adventure.
One thing though is that the people who live the most extraordinary lives are the ones telling you always to be like, oh no, you have to appreciate every single moment. So
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
it's a bit
Uh-huh.
like when very wealthy people tell you that
Yeah,
money doesn't
the
make no
money doesn't
sense
matter. Huh? That's
from
right.
a private jet, and like, yeah, okay. No, I hear you. So yeah, it's always when you have had too much of something that you can put it in perspective for others, kind of thing. But nonetheless, still worth paying attention to, and at least trying to lead by example with kids. So I don't know. I really love doing absolutely nothing.
Me too.
Uh, I don't get to do that a lot, but when I can just do that, like spend 20 minutes looking at the sun sitting on a chair,
Hmm.
yeah, it's quite nice. It's just you just need some of that. At
Yeah.
least at least I do. Just to reset mentally, like think about nothing to come up with your next thing. I mean, that's where when you listen to founder stories and how I built this, similar origin stories. I was in Southeast Asia on this backpacking thing, and then I was thinking kind of randomly about you just associating things that you wouldn't associate in your mind because you wouldn't leave the freedom. You wouldn't leave that much freedom to your mind, and I think that's when the best ideas happen is when you leave room for association of ideas that are non-related, and you have to put yourself in a place, time and a place that allows for that. So for me, it's really going on nothing moments.
100%. Yeah, I love that. And that is for me, I think that is one of the biggest drawbacks that I see with like the rise of more and more and more, social media platforms, whatever it is, they're all just, they're stealing our attention basically, and they're, look, I use them. They're great for entertainment sometimes, but I do see in not just young people, like across the board, I see less and less of an ability to just be bored. Because like you said, I think through boredom and through quiet and through silence, that's where it all arises. And so if you're constantly just, pumping your mind full of everyone else's thoughts, like it's hard to have your own.
Well, yeah, if you're in a place where you need to create original work, you definitely shouldn't get your information from the same cesspool that everybody does.
Right.
That comes down to magazines, books. At least for me, magazines, books, photo books, obscure internet pages that haven't been updated for decades.
Hmm.
But yeah, otherwise you're just feeding the machine, kind of garbage in, garbage out. Difficult, but easy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Like it's difficult from a perspective, but easy to do, kind of thing. Easy to get stuck in that.
hmm
Yeah, the apps are definitely the websites, the social media, whatever, the definitely stealing our attention. But we also don't have to partake. People always ask me, how I not become addicted to using social media, but I don't know. It's kind of a moderation thing to live by. I guess I do the same thing with everything.
Yeah.
They, yeah, it's listen. Yeah, we all look at our phones sometimes, but I don't know. Sometimes it's good to go for a walk and kind of forget it. I do like to leave it behind as much as I can.